All right, we're here at Coast to Coast today where we have Kara and Mike. We're going to share a little tea about what it's like to be in nightlife. How are y'all feeling today?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm feeling good.
I'm feeling great, man. I appreciate you guys for having me on the show.
Of course.
It's been a long time coming, so yeah.
Yes, Mike is a great guy. He let me borrow his Lamborghini before, appreciate it so much. Kara, she gave me a kidney, so we had to have them on.
I'm saying.
So, Mike, you have been working in nightlife for how long?
About 4 years.
4 years?
4 long years, man.
And before San Diego, you were in Virginia?
Virginia, working in DC, kind of going back and forth. I was in nightlife as well, so San Diego's definitely a lot different than East Coast, as you know.
Yeah.
But,
How so?
I mean, every city you go to is always different, right?
Mm.
DC, what we call Chocolate City. I personally think the nightlife is a lot more active. We're bigger on day parties and stuff like that too. And I mean, clubs close at 4 a.m. Vice versa. San Diego's 2 a.m.
Yeah.
That's a big difference.
Yeah,
That changes everything.
Yeah.
People don't show up until like 12, maybe 1 o'clock actually.
Us.
Here, prime time is like 11:30 maybe, right?
Yeah.
So you almost gonna plan differently. You have less time after work if you have a day job, right? But it's completely different.
Okay, got you. So you're in a relationship currently.
Yep.
How does the missus feel about you working in nightlife?
She definitely it has its ups and downs. I think she's definitely accustomed to it, but at first that was her biggest thing. Like she didn't want to fuck with a guy that was in nightlife, right? But I mean, we made it work.
Okay.
Most definitely.
Dang, she put the charm on her, huh? So I'm not like the rest of them.
She put the charm on me, honestly.
Oh, look at that. Love
Love
that.
that.
That was Mike's girl. Shoot.
All right, so does being in the industry put a strain on your relationship?
I would definitely say so. It's just you get a lot of attention, unwanted attention from I guess you could say both parties. You gotta also understand where you're at, especially when you're in a position of authority. Sometimes people give you attention because they just want to get in for free or not pay that cover or hop on that table, whatever it is, right? It's very superficial.
Yeah.
Or just, you know what I mean? They figure like, someone that knows somebody. So you gotta really, and it's not just your relationship with your own, significant other, but I think it's just individuals in general, knowing what's real and what's not. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. But I would say yes, for sure.
Dang, giving you that fake love at the door, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, boy, I don't even know your name.
Honestly, man, that's really, you know how many times I'm at that door, people are like, "What's up? Been a while." I'm like, "What? You don't remember me, do you?" I said all the time, like, you acting so friendly, like we know each other. What's my name?
Spell it.
Sean.
One next door.
Bro, who would the highs to each other? Bro, I'm not even from the West Coast. Make it make sense. Like, it really be like that, though, all the time.
That's
All the
fucking
time.
awful.
Yeah.
I believe it. I've seen it.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild.
Firsthand.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I'm guilty of it too sometimes.
Yeah, I
It's
can
definitely like for a long time.
Yeah.
It's way different.
So, yeah, Kara, as someone who's worked in nightlife,
Yeah.
and she like to go out and get a drink or two or three
Some modest.
or six. Shoot.
Or 20. Whatever got
How
on.
many shots did you take before we just started this?
3.
Oh, okay. Light work.
Some slight.
Little
I'm
free
crazy.
So you have friends that are in nightlife, but you have friends who also don't work in nightlife.
Yeah.
Is there a difference in how you are treated by them?
No, I think they pretty much all treat me the same. I mean, we've all been friends. We all see each other's character over our positions, I would say. What I will say is my friends that aren't in nightlife and probably don't go out as much, we don't spend as much time together because all my friends that are in nightlife, we work together already. So we're already spending a lot of time together. And then we also have like this commonality of like, we like to go out and do this. My friends that aren't, they'll work like restaurants or they'll have like their day jobs. And they're usually like married or they have kids. And so like, they'll do a brunch, but they're not gonna like
Turn up at
They're
brunch.
not gonna, you know what I'm saying?
As far as it
Yeah.
gets.
They keep it real cute.
Turn up at brunch.
They
Be
keep it
asleep
real
on
cute.
fire.
Yeah. So that's the only really difference.
Okay, got you. So would you rather hang out with the nightlife girls or the others?
Great question.
Oh my God, I'm getting in trouble.
Great question.
The nightlife girls,
Hey,
because
gotta turn up. That's why she lit out here.
yeah. Well, just because like I don't have any kids, I don't have what they have. So like what I like to do for fun is the same with the friends that I have. So we're able to go to bars at 9 p.m. or we're able to go to the club. Sunday fun days are easy for us. Whereas for them, they have to find sitters or ask their man or whatever. So it's just easier. It's just easier to just be like, we've all been there. Ask a lot of women. We've all been there. Where it's like you do have to like kind of sometimes.
Ask your man.
Yeah, kind of.
Well,
Oh yeah, now in the hot seat.
Wait, so let me hear.
My friends know how to do it.
Wait, so Mike, do you have to ask your girl like when you're not working, like, hey, do you mind if I go out with the boys?
Yeah, I was checking with her. You know what I mean?
But you let her know you're going out. You're like, can I go out?
Yeah, I would say that was definitely a learning curve in the beginning of the relationship. So she'd be in the industry, but I think it's a respect thing too, right? And just letting her know where you're at, what you're doing. You know what I mean? Especially in a relationship, for the long haul, you gotta really understand. Again, when you're in the industry, when you're going out, her mind's probably wondering what you're doing. Right?
So like, you don't be like, hey, look here, I'm going out tonight. What would she say if you were like, I'm going now? If you got a problem with it, I don't care.
Well, I wouldn't know because I don't. That's not me. That's not how I really, ask or tell her I'm going out, right?
Yeah.
But honestly, we like to party together, so I tell her all the time.
We love
Amy's
it.
hanging out at the bar.
My whole gang, all of them love her.
Yeah.
She's a little harder than I do sometimes. I ain't gonna lie to you.
We love that.
She really do. She really do.
We know.
She really do.
I'm over Amy heavy, bro. She's the good.
Yeah, no, your girl's
She's
cool.
the GOAT for sure.
Facts, bro.
100%.
Would you expect her to like give you like the same respect? Like you wouldn't expect her to be like, oh, I'm going out tonight, or would you expect it to be like a question like, so okay, I'm gonna go out with the girls, or how does that work?
I mean, I always want the same respect I
Yeah.
give, right? But usually now, it's like I said, her telling me I'm going out with the girls, is I gonna be doing tonight. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, no, it's. I think it's definitely mutual for sure. And I don't think she likes to go out anymore as much as she used to anyway. So it's never really a problem. But yeah, I mean, if she does, she'll go somewhere else. She'll like going downtown because everybody know me. You know, she feels like people are checking in. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
honestly, I don't mind. I trust her, so it's all love. You know?
Yeah, well, Mike's committed king over here, going out with the boys, having a good time. But you, no, but honestly, so, being a woman and when you go out, what is like the craziest thing a guy has said to you? Because obviously, you're beautiful. I'm sure guys approach you. What is like the weirdest thing though, how guys approach you?
I don't know if I can like pinpoint off the top of my head like what men say to me because they really do say some off the wall outlandish things. But I think it's more so of like an expectation of being a woman and being out that's like really annoying. Like you're out with your friends and then guys will come up and like find you attractive and like let me buy you a drink. You could say no, like if you physically are not attracted or you're just not interested. Sure, no, cool. But you might say yes, like intrigued, but like I feel like a lot of men that I've come across like expect you to like sit there for the rest of the night and talk to them at the bar. Like I came out with my friends, I want to be with my friends. Like we can exchange information, but like if you expect me because you bought me a vodka cran to like sit there all night and like chit chat with you, no, you can take me to dinner.
Honestly, that's a real fact. I feel like, working in the industry as well is you gotta bring substance with you. You know what I mean? People use buying that drink as, oh, now you'll be something.
It's
But in
$9.
reality, that should be your entrance way. Now you gotta follow up.
Yeah.
Hey, well, hold on. $9 plus tip.
Okay.
Come on, I don't even know you like that. Yeah, I'm buying you this
But exactly,
drink.
so you don't know me like that, but you expect me to stay all night at the bar with you? Like, absolutely not.
Who's doing that? You doing
A
that?
lot of people do it.
Are you?
I feel like I'm
You know what, Juan? When you're out and you find a good-looking girl, you buy her a drink, right? Is that what you would do?
Yes.
And then what? What do you do? Because I've seen you, and you're not just sitting there
No, I don't just sit
in
there
their
the
face
whole
the
night.
rest of the night.
No.
So what's your plan?
First of all, Juan makes moves. 100%. This man is active.
But he's
Very
a,
active.
he's a wholesome king.
But he's also a lover boy at the same time.
Oh yeah.
If you know, you know.
Raise your hand if you know Marwan is a lover boy.
More than you know.
Oh, man.
It's crazy out here.
That's a good. It's a good.
Yeah, it's a good thing to have.
That's all you
All
have.
right, I am a certified lover boy.
Oh, man.
So no, I want to hear it. What's your plan?
I mean, I don't stick around the whole night. Like, I'll introduce myself, and then I'll bounce around. Like, if I run back into you, But yes, I do try to go for the dinner or do
Yeah.
whatever the case may be. Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's
I feel like when you buy a girl a drink and you can see that she's interested, because you can see when she's not. Like the next thing is like, okay, well, like enjoy your evening. I'll see you around, and exchange numbers, and then you follow up with like a proper date.
But like he
That's how
just
it should
said,
be.
That's how it should be,
Right.
but it
Is
doesn't
it-
always happen.
is it awkward when you see the guy a second
Oh
time?
my god, I won't even act like he exists. I'd be like, ugh.
What do you do? Like you see her again, you're kind of just like, oh, my head.
that's
So awkward.
Look, if I see her, I spin the block, right? If I see her, again, and I make sure with another female. I wish she gets jealous, because correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like females love when they see you, right? Want it.
Okay, yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
You might look twice when you see with the other female, especially if she's very attractive, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now I feel like you might kind of change your perspective a little bit from the first time we met. You might be more interested on what I have to bring.
Yeah, like what are you doing different? Like you've got several.
Yeah, like how that work, right? Oh, he must have money.
Like, oh, she's got something.
He got money or something.
just vibes. Honestly.
Move on to the case.
I'm like, how many vodka cranberries is that guy buying?
Several, apparently. I don't know.
Only $9 plus tip.
Plus 10.
If you leave your card open, you don't got to keep tipping. Just giving y'all some game, free game right
That's
here.
actually very true.
All right, so like switch it up a little bit to the other way.
Okay.
Mike, what's the craziest thing that you've had to deal with at the door working in the nightlife?
Well, as you know, I'm a manager, so I'm not only at the door, but I do spend a lot of my time there. I would say more consistently, it would be just females really trying the most to get inside. You know, I always say, girl or guy, like it's always like, oh, I'm pretty, my girls are pretty, we should get it for free. I'm like, you guys are gorgeous, but no, you know what I mean? You gotta pay to play as well. You know?
No discrimination.
Not at all. And I always follow up saying, hey, you meeting some friends here, you guys have a table. Now, don't get me wrong, if it's just one individual, I might just take care of them just because
Right.
it's the last thing they did, right? Being a gentleman. But, no, you gotta pay to play. People always get butthurt. They're always upset that they can't come inside. I've had people trying to find me.
All right, so Mike, what's the craziest thing that you've seen or experienced in nightlife?
Okay. One of the craziest things I've seen personally, people trying to come inside the club, way too intoxicated. She begins to, we obviously told her no. She begins to cross her arms at the front door.
Mm-hmm.
Slowly begins to pee herself. Cool, whatever. Try to keep it pee, act like we didn't see what happened, because I'm assuming she's doing it for attention. Cool, whatever. Later on, she kind of sits herself on the sidewalk. We call one of our female security guards at the time because we had one. It's easier to deal with female that way. Call her Uber, make sure we got her home safely, even though it really wasn't our problem. This is what we do. As we're helping her get up off the sidewalk into the Uber, she shits herself.
I hate it here.
The whole log, down the leg, all that good stuff, which is wild. You know,
That's actually the wildest thing I've ever heard in my
it's
life.
crazy, right? And that's all real. It's crazy.
And where'd she go?
I don't know. I mean, we got her home. We actually got her ID off her wallet, and we just took her to that destination. So, hope she still live there. If not, I mean,
Yeah.
between her and
Hey,
us.
shout out to you.
Yeah.
Got her home. She was not getting in that club.
No,
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 she's not.
What are you gonna do?
Did you imagine with her aside and that happened inside
And you
the
had
club?
to-
If she takes a shit in the club, I'm calling the cops.
Imagine your first time in that club and she shits in the middle of the dance floor. I'm not coming back.
Bro,
I'm not coming back.
imagine it's like the janitorial guy's first day, and he's like,
I actually quit.
First day like this. It's happened every night? Like, no, it really like
But usually they just pee. It's usually not for shit.
It's
Yeah.
not shit.
People can't handle their liquor. It's unfortunate how that really goes, but
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
it was the next day, they don't even know what happened.
That's a
I
lot.
can't do
Yeah,
that.
it really is like that, man. Yeah.
So, Carrie, you've been in nightlife for a while.
Wow.
What would you say to a woman who's getting new into the industry? What is like some tips you give?
So from my previous experience, the first thing I'm gonna say, you never want to go to like the bottom surface girls, to get you in, because we're like, no offense, we're kind of shady. If we're already full, and no, I'm being dead ass. If we're already full and we like our team, we're definitely telling you like,
Mean girls.
we're not mean girls, but we're not hiring. Like, we like our team, because the whole point of rehiring is to get somebody else out. So it's like, if we hire somebody, we're already fully. We had to face somebody else, but we already like our team. So the best bet, honestly, is to go towards like the management page, like whoever runs like the actual account of the club, and DM them and say I'm interested. Let me know where I can send a resume. That's the first thing. The second thing where I messed up is because I was 21 and I had never even been to a club before, so I had no idea. I had asked the VIP host guy that's doing the hiring what I should wear, and that was a big mistake because he said, "Wear what you would wear to go out in. Don't do that. Don't ever do that." I wore the sluttiest dress.
For your interview?
Yes, I had no idea. I've never even been to a club. I've never even been downtown. I lived in like more North County, so like I had no idea. And I just boobs were everywhere, like tallest heels on, like looking crazy. I gotta go, but I'm in there.
The strength of her
But I would
personality.
suggest, by the grace of God,
By the grace of God.
I would suggest wearing like a nice, anything you wear has to be form fitted because we want to see, and I've done interviews. I used to do the interviews, so I know what to look for. You want to wear something that's going to be like form fitting. It needs to be like a little sexy, but you don't want to show too much. Like knee length, maybe a little cleavage, nothing crazy. And you just go in with like confidence. And another tip is know your alcohol.
Facts.
How are you going to try out for bottle service and you can't name 3 vodkas? That's insane. They're like Svedka. Svedka? What club sells Svedka?
That's like college.
That's like, what are we doing?
That's like brunette.
It was like Sky vodka. I'm like,
Nate.
is everything alright?
Svedka is bad news.
No, next. So I think those are probably like my 2
I like that a
tips.
lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can definitely co-sign what she said
Yeah.
though, for sure. Like, you gotta also realize if you're applying for a cocktail,
Yeah.
your good looks got you through the door.
Yeah. But if you're
You're already here. Like,
Yeah.
it's not even to hold it down because what you're wearing it can put you much farther.
yeah.
You already said yes to your looks. You don't know nothing about you, so what else did you bring to the table?
Yeah.
You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Be like knowledgeable about the
100%.
industry, ask around, know your liquors, and hopefully you have some serving experience, maybe not nightclub, but if you don't, you need to capitalize on like your strengths of like what you think you can bring to the table.
Okay. Okay.
I would say.
100%. I agree. 100%. And I mean, also that is just you gotta have your head on the swivel. You gotta be smart. Not everybody your friend. Not everybody your friend at all, right?
What do you
Yeah.
mean by that?
Like, well, like she said, like some people don't really have your best interest in mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You might be the person you're talking to. You might be here to take their position,
Yeah.
whether they're oblivious to it or they're just that bad at their job, right? So they might not put you in the best way to do things like another
Yeah.
person would. You know what I mean? So you gotta always just keep your head on the swivel, know what your rights from wrongs, because some things are obvious, but you'd be surprised
Yeah.
how people react and think it's not. You know?
I was always under the impression, like, when I see y'all out and when y'all first, like, kind of let me in the group, y'all were all so close and friendly. So I guess it is like a fraternity, sorority
Yeah.
kind of thing.
I would say yes, but also no as well,
Yeah.
because though we might feel we're close, a lot of us know each other, but don't know that much about each other. You know what I mean? We just know that you work there, I work here, right? So we know each other,
It's
but
just-
we never really kind of broke that barrier.
It's
Okay.
industry.
Yeah, it's an issue.
And it's like so often, like, yeah, our friends like work at the nightclubs, but like to be realistic, we probably only see them when we're at the nightclub. A lot of the times, like we definitely have our exceptions, like Ruby. Obviously, we're really close, but like most of the people I work with or I'm friends with, like I just see them at the club, but we're like cool.
Yeah.
You know, there's no like deeper substance than
It's the walk
we just,
high and by.
it's just industry. Yeah,
You
we're
know?
just in the industry. We just know.
Okay. Got you.
I mean, everyone's had those relationships.
Yeah.
Right? You just kind of say hi.
Yeah.
Not how the kids. You have it, of course.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I probably won't go to your baby shower.
fuck them kids, respectfully. But
So, what are the perks of working in industry?
I think the biggest perk is probably going to be fast money. Obviously, like you're always walking out with tips. You're able to finesse. You're doing sales. And the second thing would be like while you guys are out spending money, we're making money.
facts.
So honestly,
boy.
that's a failure right there.
That's the biggest fact.
We be spending
Like Cardi B said it best.
That's facts. What?
Okay, love that.
Yeah.
All right. So, Mike, what are the perks of working in industry?
Capitalize on that, yeah. Like, people always say sometimes, like, you don't want to come out, I want to see you out party. I work the party. You know what I mean? And I'm getting paid. I'm getting paid. I'm having a blast. Are you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm over here making money, though. You spending money.
Yeah.
Outside of the job, though, when you do decide to come out, though, right? Again, working industry, people know who you are for the most part. you're not waiting in line.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're typically skipping the line, letting you in.
Ooh, yeah.
Depending on how many people you're with, especially if you know more than one person in your group, they're probably taking care of you, maybe getting your free bottle, bartenders are giving us free drinks and so forth. So it works all the way around in terms of us not paying money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So both y'all work in industry, and like you said, you're saving money. Me and Marwan looking like fucking idiots, wasting our money. Basically, I just learned. But well, sorry.
Throwing that cash for a little bit of ass.
I'm mad now. I'm mad.
I'm walking out
Throwing
with a
that
bag.
cash.
Oh man.
No, but Kara, do you ever feel, you're working the whole time and you see your friends come in, you're like, dang, I wish I was hanging out with them instead of working?
Yeah, a lot of the times, because I don't know about you, but I consistently work every single weekend. I almost never take any weekends off. Grinding. So it just sucks because you'll miss birthday parties, or they'll come in and they'll party and you're just kind of like getting to watch from the sideline. And then if it's especially busy, you can't even say hi. Like you're just running around and you're just like, hi, gotta go. So it kind of sucks, and then everybody's having a blast. Everyone's talking about it in the group chat the next day about what a fun time they had. And I'm like, well, I got yelled at work for this.
Yeah, I mean, you could come in the group chat, you can show all the money you made. I'd be hurt. F these memories, bro.
I'm hurt, but I'm paid.
Yeah. Ray's paid this weekend. Like,
what about you, Mike?
100%. Again, me being a manager, it's a little bit harder for me to get the weekend off, much less the day. I am able to kind of say hi and bye to my friends, but at the end of the day, it really is hard. So yeah, I mean, but the FOMO goes away sometimes. Yeah. So when you tell your friends to come see you anyway.
Yeah.
That's the best thing you can really do.
There's literally times where me and Juan are there with you, and I'd be trying to come talk to you, and you're so busy. I'd be hurt. I don't want to talk to you.
Every once in a while, I might spin the block and say, what's up?
Yeah.
I gotta go. And then, Lord, God forbid, something pops off, then I'm gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah, it's just the name of the game.
One thing I wanted to ask both of you, I'll start with you, Kara. How does working in nightlife affect your mental, affect your routine, but more so the mental part of it?
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it's just very draining emotionally or mentally, however you want to phrase it. It's just the schedule, the environment, you're just surrounded by drunk people. Some of them are really rude. While everybody's out having a good time, you're working from 8 p.m. to 3 a.m. Your whole day the next day is just ruined because you're sleeping all day, and it just never feels I don't know, it just never feels connected. It just kind of feels like you're really just clocking in and clocking out, and you're just unfulfilled. You're making money, but at what expense?
Yeah, so Mike, how does working in nightlife kind of affect your mental health?
Biggest thing is your social media. You know what I mean? Sometimes you are drained. So you go home and you being out, spoken person, you're not. Sometimes you're tired, you sleeping a little longer than you should, and sometimes you realize, damn, I just went to sleep. Now I gotta really go to work. You know what I mean? And then sometimes we all have our bad days, but you're forced to put a smile on and talk to people that you don't really want to talk to or you don't like. So it really affects yourself in terms of you have to flip the switch. I'm gonna catch yourself am I being real myself sometimes? And that's when you really gotta question yourself. I need a break or whatever you might need. But sometimes having that little vacation really helps. It really is necessary because people will try it.
Yeah.
No, I definitely, and I don't know if you agree. Me and Juan, we don't work in nightlife, but luckily we have friends who are in nightlife. And I definitely have a lot more respect for y'all because, for one, y'all do have to keep a straight face and keep it positive all the time, even when it's a dude trying to try you or someone being too much, being too drunk. But that being said, it's what do you say to those people when they're just getting to that point of I might have to knock you out and lose my job?
So I preach to my guys who I manage, especially, you know what I mean? You gotta always understand what the vibe curator is. We make the party, right? So what we do will reflect how you guys feel during the rest of the night. Now, if there's a fight, we're knocking heads too, guess what? You might not feel as safe at the end of the night. You know what I mean? If the biggest thing I always tell my guys is de-escalate. Whatever's going on, right or wrong, take it outside the venue. Now we can kind of talk, tell them the right from wrongs, but you guys didn't see what happened. You know what I mean? So how negative it might be, you guys didn't see it, your party goes on. You handle that situation. Show goes on.
Okay.
That's the best thing you can do.
How about you as a woman, and you can't really? This is not for me to sound offensive to anyone, but you might not be able to protect yourself as well as Mike
Yeah,
could.
so that's exactly what I was gonna say. Is I've never been physically assaulted, but one time, well, twice. But I usually listen. I'm busy. I don't have time to argue with you back and forth. I'm a call manager. I'm a call host. Somebody else can deal with this situation. I have other things to be doing. I have other tables. The 2 times I got insulted, one was like I bumped a girl. She threw a drink on me from the back, and it was kind of like they wanted to keep her in. I wanted to kick her out, but I felt bad because I did bump her. Whatever, let that go. The other time, this guy was just really drunk, and I got the receipt signed, and I kicked them all out immediately. They didn't even drink their alcohol. So we do have power as a woman in the industry, but I leave it up to the men. I'm the face, don't mess it up.
Hey, honestly, going back to that, I'd love to hear about pretty privilege, mainly from you.
There's a lot of that.
So, do you experience pretty privilege outside of being in the nightclub? Like when you go out with just your girls?
Yeah. I think San Diego might be a little bit different because I've lived here for 7 years. I know a lot of the people downtown. I don't really have to worry about entrance or things like that if I'm going out. But I've gotten jobs I know based on I look nice. I've worked at Hooters, it's appearance based job. But if I go out on a vacation, I'm in Vegas or I'm in Miami. Oh, for sure. You have a group of well put together women. You're really just having your way. It's not.
Do you think that's
difficult.
fair?
I don't think that that's up for me. I think that it's just what it is. I don't know.
So if you were ugly, would
Okay.
you be upset about it?
I think so. Yeah.
Damn.
Does that sound bad?
No, I mean it's
real.
the
Yeah.
social stigma. That's what it is.
Yeah, it is a social stigma, and it's not my fault. I was born a certain way. I put my makeup on. I'm well dressed. I take care of myself. I can't.
But people who go out, they get all nice, they get all fresh, and they still don't get in at the door. They, don't look as good as they thought. That has to be very mentally
Yeah.
straining and damaging. It's dang, what do you say to those people?
Don't get me wrong though. There's been.
I say too.
What is your experience
Oh,
with
yeah,
pretty
that's-
privilege like?
All the time. Again, come working at the front door a lot. Girls are coming in, and guys as well, of course. You know what I mean? Showing their stuff. I really try to keep it as professional as possible. But I mean, people are always asking, "Hey, you my friends look great. Can you take care of us?" Most of the time, I'm probably gonna say no, right?
Clubs want pretty girls there because what girls bring are the men, and the men are spending the money for the most part. So if you go to why do girls get in free at Vegas?
Triggered.
Why do they get in free in Miami?
Look, see, and you over here, you're trying to stereotype all men.
Okay, I'm
No,
not.
because listen, and let me, y'all
He's so
hear me real
triggered.
quick.
Okay.
Me and Juan be in the club just dancing, just vibing. We don't really pull up. You seen, we just be
Yeah.
chilling. And
These
they
answer
get,
this questions I want to follow up so bad. But go ahead. Yeah.
nah, go ahead.
All right. So again, you go out because you guys have fun with each other, 100%, right?
Yeah.
Have a blast and call it a good night,
Mm-hmm.
right? But there's two different kinds of people. There's
Yeah.
those, there's people that come out just to get girls.
Yeah,
That's their motive, which is fine, 100%. But that's the difference, though.
they're the ones with
Yeah.
the flashy jewelry.
You're going out to the spot that's lit, good music, it looks amazing, pleasing to the eyes. Other guys are walking by. Yeah, there's a lot of girls in there. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
It could be the shittiest place, right?
Mhm.
But they see what they're walking into, and that's why they're coming inside.
I feel like when men go into the club and their one mindset is I want to bring a girl home, that's where you fumble. I feel
That's
like
where
when you
you
put
miss
too much focus onto only trying to find women, y'all know.
Oh,
And it's,
we
and it's,
know.
it's giving
Oh,
dog
yeah.
energy to me.
It's
Oh,
getting
yeah.
gross.
Right, how do you
It's
feel
getting
when?
thirsty.
Do you know when a guy just only there for
Yeah.
How do you know?
I think just their mannerisms and how fast that they're moving. You go to, and I'm gonna speak just on tables, not so much bars or the bar section. You go to a table and a guy invites you and your girlfriends. That's really cool. That's nice. We kind of not in a weird way, but expect to be kind of pulled up to a table.
Pretty privilege.
And so if immediately he makes you a drink and then all of a sudden he's really touchy on you, you're
Ooh.
kind of just like,
Nah.
all right, like
You're not
you
doing
kind of
that.
already know. Yeah, but there are like guys that will bring you up to their table and they'll make you a drink and they probably won't even talk to you the rest of the night. They're just like, thanks for being around
They
us.
just kind of want you around.
Yeah, they just want you around. But there are guys that'll be like, oh, what's up, girl? Like, grab me by your waist. Here's your drink. Take another shot. And you're just like, it's getting weird.
What is up with guys still grabbing women by the
I
waist?
can't stand it. Actually,
That's their way of talking without talking. Like, it's crazy.
Say that again, Mike.
It's the way that they talk. They say what's up to girls without actually talking. The guys who have no mouthpieces. Let me show you some money. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it might not.
Bro, guys do it too.
We don't even need a section.
But bro guys want to act like they got money, and that's how they leave.
Mm-hmm.
So they fall into your first question, actually. Let me buy you a vodka Coke real quick. Let's have a conversation. But what else? That gets you to the door, but what else do you have to offer? You know what I mean?
I have some advice for any guys listening out here. Personally, when I go to a club and if I see a pretty girl, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm like, hey, I had to come up to you because you're just really beautiful, right? And then I ask their name. They're probably gonna giggle. They might giggle and smile, and if they ask for my name back, that's how I know they're interested. If they're not asking you for your name back, they kind of want you to piss off, mate. So you should probably take that advice. And then after that, what you should do, you get their Instagram or whatever social media you're using, and then peel out. That's it. Don't talk to them anymore because as they have told us today, it's not a good look when you just are in their face the whole night. They didn't come for you. They came with their honeys or their homies. You know what I'm saying?
Honeys, yeah.
Is that good advice?
Yeah,
Would you
yeah,
agree?
I would say that.
Yeah.
With the honeys, yeah.
I mean, you can tell also, like, even if they ask exchange names or whatever, if they're, like, constantly, like, looking past you while you're talking, they're not interested. They're kind of like, oh, yeah.
They're looking for somebody else.
Okay, yeah, my favorite color is this. And they're, like, not
Imagine
really, like,
they're
paying
looking-
attention. No, they're, like, trying to see, like, who else is, like...
Oh, wait, the guy or the girl?
The girl is, like, speaking to you. That's how you know she's not interested.
Or she's
like,
looking
kind of,
for-
like, looking past, like, looking for her friends. Like, you can tell.
Yeah.
She's not engaging with you.
Or she's looking for a boyfriend, and when you
That
already
That,
have.
too.
That part. Nothing worse than the girls like, hey, can you buy me a drink? And my friends. What? The audacity is crazy.
I'm like, no.
But you'd be
I'm not.
surprised. Some people do not pick up on that. They're like, okay, this is my way to the door. I'm getting a little bit of attention. Let me buy these drinks. And they really don't pick up on that.
Wait.
That's why it is important to be friends with girls. Because we've had, let me redo that. That's why it's important to be friends with girls. Because if you're friends with girls, they can go to a guy and flirt, get in their face. He buys drinks for her and her friends. Whole time, I'm the friend, my guy.
I'm a friend.
No. Oh my gosh. Have you ever had to deal with a guy that's like upset because the girl doesn't want to talk
All
to him?
the time.
Does he come to you?
No, actually, like I've seen situations where like they're like cussing out the girl because they just got rejected after buying a drink.
Oh.
Again, you need to have social skills. You gotta talk to these people. Like, why are you upset? Like, what's the root of this problem? Because it can't be her. You know what I mean? It's a you thing, not a her thing.
So you think that's stemming from an insecurity from something
1,000%.
else?
1,000%. What makes you think because she joined your table or you bought her that drink,
Yeah.
that you can do whatever you want now? You know what I
That's
mean?
what it is.
Do you feel the same way?
Yeah.
Is it hard for you to say no nowadays because you're kind of scared of what a man might do?
No, not really. Just because I live downtown. I will leave. Like, I don't really care. Like, if
The
you're
crib's away.
yeah, the thing is okay. Like, I think maybe when I was younger, for sure. But I think more so now, if we're talking about like just club scenes, dates a little scary. But if we're talking about just club scenes, like I will get me and all my beautiful friends to leave this table. We'll go find another one. Like it's not really. There's several clubs like going on. We'll just go to another one.
Shoot. Hey, look, I'm not afraid to admit it. I've been rejected. Well, I'm sure you've been rejected.
I've had my fair share.
Hey, and what do you do? What do you do when you get rejected?
On to the next.
On to
it's gotta be.
on to the next. You know, I might have to go in the bathroom, look in the mirror, and be like, "You still that guy? You still that
Give
guy?"
yourself a pep
Let
talk.
them tell you different.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Then you go back with their friend. Nah,
Yeah,
no, we don't do any of that over here.
You just gotta have a game plan, man, at the end of the day.
Yeah,
God, you can't just come in there and raw dog life, like, right?
that's true.
You gotta have
Cannot
a game
rock all the
plan.
night. Cannot rock.
But always, I mean, you could if you really that guy. But I'm saying, like, you got to really think to yourself, like, I'm doing this, what's the follow up? How else am I going to proceed, right?
So
Otherwise, yeah, of course. You know what I mean?
You can't
Wait,
stop at the
So
club.
going back to people, I guess meeting in the club, talking to each other in the club, trying to like take each other out and stuff. How do you feel about these people becoming couples or turning that into a potential relationship? Is that something you would recommend?
I mean, look, it's between them and God, right? I don't mind. I got mine, so I'm good. But I do see a lot of them. I also do see a lot of people coming with the club with, different girls or guys every night.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's between you and God. But we do see it. You know what I mean? I pay attention to all my clientele. Everybody that comes in. Who was a problem last week? I remember you. You know what I mean? So I see it all. It is what it is, but there's a lot of couples in nightlife. In my job itself, we had about 2-3 couples within the staff itself. You like what you like, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
How about you, Kara?
I personally never dated anybody like I've worked with or I've met at a club. Well, not once, but it didn't work for other reasons. It's just, I think, already a mindset that, like, that's probably not where you want to, like, meet somebody. I don't really see too often other people that I work with that are in relationships with people from the club as well. So I can't really, like, I don't know if I have too much, like, experience.
I cannot
on that
imagine.
level.
I can't imagine how jealous I would get.
That's
like
what it is.
say
That's what it is.
say I'm dating a girl who works at a different club and I'm at one club. I'm probably like, oh man, what is she doing? You know, and you can't tell her to not do what she needs to do because it's her job. You know.
That's 100%. You also realize too, dating within the industry, I guess, people are different from their job and then outside their job. It's somebody completely different. Whether it's good or bad, but they're two different people. So if you fall in love with that club persona, good luck.
Yeah. It really is just like a character. Like, I cannot honestly stress this enough. Like, people think that you work in a club, that you're partying every weekend, you're out, you're meeting all these different people. Really, I think maybe because I'm older now, but like, even when I was younger, like, it really was clocked in and clocked out.
Yeah,
like, we have our moments where we're like, oh, we met these people, they're kind of cool, let's hang out with them the next day. But it's never like weird, like nobody's going home with each other. Like, it really is just a job when you think of it like that. Now, if you're like obsessed with like going out and nightlife, then it's your reality is going to be a little bit different. But that's because you like that. That's what you're into. But I think for most of us, we all have careers outside of nightlife, or we're working towards something, like we're in school, whatever it is. It really is, let's just pay the bills, let's go home. You know?
Gotcha.
If you know what you want to do,
Yeah.
a lot of people use nightlife for a point in time to get what they need to get, whether it's school and they elevate themselves or something like that, right? There's always some time where the newer, younger girl comes in that's gonna take your spot. You gotta understand that, so you gotta have an angle.
Yeah.
And it sounds cutthroat.
It is. It's so cutthroat.
Yeah, it's a sales job.
You come back after a little hiatus, a little break, gain about 20 pounds. Guess what? It's a prom.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Now you gotta figure it out.
That's stressful.
You know what I mean?
Wow,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's a female problem, right? Unfortunately, the social stigma of working in nightlife, but less guys deal with that. But at the same time, like, you can't always be that young person you were before, you know. So
that is true. We do know some vets that have been in nightlife for a while.
there's been a couple.
Yeah, they still gotta do their thing.
What's considered like a vet?
I feel like,
for a crime.
no, I feel like someone who's just been in there for years and they kind of know the industry in and out.
Now, there are people who have been there for years that elevate themselves to a different position, but they're still in industry management or whatever. You know what I mean? There's other people that's been doing the same shit the whole time.
Yeah, and that's what's scary.
That's what's
scary. They're like stagnant. Or like you see people like partying at your club that have been there for like 8 years. They're still doing the same thing with the same people, the same after parties, and you're kind of like,
Are you tired?
aren't you tired? Go start a family.
Go home.
Go home.
I see that people talking about after.
What you doing after?
I see, a lot of my friends. You know what I mean?
Not gonna name drop today.
Hey, bro, I went to bed at 1 p.m. You not tired? I'm exhausted.
Like, how is this happening? I don't understand.
Hey man, gotta live young forever. Though.
Every once in a while, I get it.
Yeah, I get it.
Every night, though,
Your liver is tough. That's all I gotta
through it.
say.
Shout out West Virginia.
one of the best ways I feel like to meet new people in a new city is the work nightlife. Because it's the end of the game. It's a social setting, especially when you work in a place that people adhere as top of the line, I hope. Right? They want to know who's working there, who's the new face, all that good stuff. I always tell my guys when they're working there, the goal is not for you to be there for 5-10 years. The goal is for you to meet people that can possibly get you a new job to elevate you.
Oh, okay.
Right? Because if you want to be there for 10 years, I mean, that's cool. That's what's up. But you got your shit fucked up because you're not doing what you're supposed to do.
So kind of going back to what y'all said about the cons, how do you get sleep? Like, do you sleep during the day and then you're just working at night, or?
Right now, currently, I don't have a day job. I did, but at that point in time, you can start really be organized in your day to day. You know what I mean? Knowing I'm gonna go to sleep at, before I was a manager, let's say 3 a.m. or something like that. Waking up at 6, going to work at 7. Naps.
Yeah.
So I can say naps.
Wait, Mike, so you were literally going to sleep at 3 a.m. just to wake up at 6 a.m. and then start working at 7 a.m.? How are you doing that?
And getting off at 3 p.m. and then have to be back at work at like 7:30.
Running on fumes.
It literally is actual fumes.
And the days that we were off, I didn't even cut you off.
No, sorry. That's me.
The days that you were off, like, I'm sleeping all day long. You know?
That's a lot, man.
Money was good, though.
How do you deal with it? Because you're working a 9 to 5 during the week, and then you're working at the club on the weekends.
My 9 to 5 is 7 days a week. I work Monday through Sunday.
Okay.
I got kind of lucky because my boss allows me on weekends, knowing that I work at the club, to work from 11 a.m. to 11 a.m. to like 5 p.m. So once that 5 p.m. mark hits, I might like eat really quick because it helps me sleep. I don't know if anybody else said that, but I'll get full and then like my dinner, and I'll knock out for like 2 hours and get back up and get ready and go to work.
Does that not get exhausting?
Absolutely. When I used to work a different job where I had full schedule on weekends, I had like Monday, Tuesdays off. So I was working legit doubles. I would get like 4 hours of sleep a night for like 3 days in a row. I honestly like thought I was seeing double. Like it was super difficult, but like you kind of just like don't have a choice. San Diego's not cheap.
Yeah.
You have to go to work. This is the schedule they gave you. You just got to do it.
Now, San Diego is definitely not cheap.
You need 2 side hustles, 2 jobs, and a little bit of that, You know what I mean? Like,
Y'all going out buying these cranberry vodkas thinking it's enough. It's not.
It's not.
It's not, my boy.
And the problem with that, people trying to keep up with your everyday drug dealers at the club spending money. These guys do it for a little. That's what they do for it, right?
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to keep up with them, but
Let me ask you, when do you recover?
Great question.
Takes all week, I think.
Yeah, that's why when I do get a chance to recover, I'm like sleeping all day long. I'm in bed and social media's at 0. We don't want to talk to nobody really. It's not all the time, but that's how it is though. You know, so it sucks, but
it does suck.
But the money good though. So.
Yeah.
Money good. What the things we'll do for money, man.
Yeah.
How about you, Kara? How do you recover?
It literally will take me all week because it's in like increments of like I got maybe decent rest on Monday, but it's super busy on Tuesday at my day job. So then by the time I'm off, I'm like, I could literally go to sleep right now and be good, but I have to make dinner, I have to do laundry, I have to clean my house. Now I'm in bed by 10 again, and I'm not fully rested yet. I'm still like on. Well, I feel like it's fumes. I'm very leisurely as a person. Like I really enjoy just like relaxing, and I feel like if I'm working constantly and I'm not able to relax, I don't feel right. So I will just kind of like cut everything out and then just kind of like watch TV. I don't want to look at my phone, but it takes like days to like recoup. Yeah. But then next thing you know, it's Friday. It's all over again.
And you gotta also realize, especially, I don't know what kind of day job people might have, but it's like sitting at a desk after you're done with that job, now you're up on your feet.
Yeah.
Change of pace, so it might be a little bit different, but by the time you're done with your night job, you're in bed, you're exhausted.
Yeah.
Kara, so you're working all the time, basically. Working during the week, 7 days a week at your day job, and then you're working at the club on the weekends. What do your friends say to you, who they don't see you at the club? Are they kind of like, hey, come out with us? Like, does it affect your social life?
Yes and no. Again, my best friend works at the club with me, so we're together all the time.
That's nice.
The other girl that I'm really close with, she does my lashes every week, so I get to chit-chat with her. My other friends that don't work nightlife, they have days off that I'm more free. So if we really wanted to do something, we'll go out and do like a Sunday fun day after hours that I'm off. So it hasn't really conflicted too much. I would say relationship wise, it probably does conflict more.
Oh, yeah. I can't even imagine.
My friends are more like understanding, but like if you're getting to know somebody, it has always been like a problem.
So, actually, I'm gonna say Mike, how does working nightlife kind of affect? Shut up! Shut up, Marwan. I will grill your shit.
You guys already did twice.
No, but Mike, you need days where you need to recover. What do you say to your friends who don't see you in the nightlife and they're like, "Hey, bro, let's hang out"? Like, is it possible? Or
I mean, yeah, but it's very hard to maintain those relationships. I mean, you really see who's your friends and who's not, because the fact of the matter is you're spending more time working, obviously. So people you work with become those close friends. 100%. I mean, that's why it's so important for you to like catch up, little dinner dates, whatever, the small things that do matter. But it's hard, for sure.
Yeah.
I wish I invite them over to the club. That way I can see them, can maintain that relationship, but it's not easy.
Yeah. And not everyone wants to go out.
Yeah, I mean, we know each other for almost 10 years, actually more than 10 years. When he first moved here, he didn't even see me, but I was working all the time. So I invited him over to come to the club, and now he's there every day.
Why do you love the club?
I do love the club. You already know, but yeah.
Well, we learned a lot of great things about nightlife today. The emotional damage it can bring, the mental stress, also the fun of it. Honestly, you made me a little jealous. I kind of wish I worked in nightlife. I want to be a part of the fraternity, sorority, little mean girls clique from Kara, But I want to thank you, Mike and Kara, for coming today. I hope you all had a good time.
Yeah.
So here at Coast to Coast, we want you to know that perspective is everything. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.
Appreciate y'all.